Let me tell you a story. A story about a farmer who had everything he ever dreamed of but lost it all because of one thing: greed. Now, I know you've probably heard of people destroying their blessings before, but nothing comes close to this tale, because this is the story of the greedy farmer and his magical goose. Long ago, in a quiet African village, there lived a farmer named Okoro. Okoro was not a rich man. In fact, if you passed by a small mud hut, you might not even notice it. His roof was patched with dried grass, his clothes were worn out, his farmland was small, and every planting season, he worked from sunrise to sunset just to feed his family. The other farmers in the village had bigger lands, more goats, and even cows. But Okoro, he had only a few chickens scratching around in his compound. Still, he was known for one thing: his hard work. Every morning, before the rooster crowed, Okoro was already up, digging, planting, watering, praying for rain, praying for harvest. But no matter how hard he worked, life never seemed fair to him. His neighbors harvested big yams and baskets of maize, while he got only half. He often asked himself, when will my own blessing come? When will the gods smile on me? One morning, as Okoro walked through the bushes on the edge of his farm, he heard a strange sound. It wasn't the clucking of his chickens. It wasn't the cry of a goat. It was softer, almost magical. He followed the sound, and there, hidden under a small palm tree, was a goose. But this was no ordinary goose. Its feathers shimmered with golden glow, like sunlight trapped in its wings. Okoro blinked. "What kind of bird is this?" he whispered. As he approached, the goose did not run. It looked at him calmly, as if waiting. Then right before his eyes, it laid an egg. But not just any egg. This egg was shining like pure gold. Okoro's heart nearly stopped. He picked it up with trembling hands. It was heavy, smooth, and glittered in the morning light. A golden egg. At first, he thought he was dreaming, but no, it was real. Very real. Okoro took the egg home and hid it under his mat. That night, he could hardly sleep. His mind was racing. What do I do with this? Should I sell it? Should I keep it? The next morning, he rushed back to the goose, and again it laid another golden egg. Day after day, the golden goose laid one golden egg. Okoro couldn't believe his luck. Slowly, he began to sell the eggs in secret. He went to the city market, where gold traders weighed them, examined them, and paid him in cowries, coins, and even notes. Soon, Okoro was no longer the poor farmer everyone pitied. He started buying new clothes, bigger baskets of food, even new tools for his farm. He patched his hut, replaced the grass roof, and bought goats, sheep, and a fine cow. The villagers were shocked. How did Okoro become so rich overnight? They whispered. But Okoro only smiled and said, hard work and blessings. At first, Okoro was grateful. Every morning he would kneel beside the goose, touch its feathers, and thank the gods. But slowly, things began to change. Wealth has a way of changing people, doesn't it? Okoro became proud. He started walking differently, chest high, voice louder. He began to laugh at the other farmers. "Look at you, still struggling with your hoes and cutlasses," he mocked. "Some of us are blessed beyond measure." Neighbors noticed he no longer joined them at the village meetings. He stopped helping on community farm days. He spent most of his time counting his money, hiding it in clay pots, and imagining how much more he could get. And deep down, one dangerous thought began to grow inside him: greed. You see, Okoro was getting one golden egg every day. That was more than enough. In fact, if he continued, he would become the wealthiest man in the entire region. But greed does not understand patience. Okoro began to think, if this goose lays golden eggs, then surely inside its belly there must be thousands more. Why should I wait day by day? Why should I waste time when I can have it all right now? At night, he would lie awake, staring at the ceiling. The thought tortured him. He imagined pots filled with golden eggs. He imagined traveling to faraway lands, living like a king. And soon, the whispers of greed grew louder than the voice of reason. One day, Okoro's wife noticed his restless behavior. "My husband," she said, "what troubles you? We are richer than we ever dreamed. Why can't you sleep?" Okoro sighed. "Don't you see? This goose is holding back treasures. If I open it up, we will be the richest family in all of Africa." His wife gasped. "No, don't even think of such a thing. The goose is our blessing. To kill it would be foolish." But Okoro brushed her words aside. Even the village elder warned him one afternoon. "Okoro, blessings are like rain. They come drop by drop. If you try to grab it all at once, you may end up with nothing." But Okoro only nodded, pretending to listen, while greed gnawed at his heart. And so, one fateful morning, before the sun rose, Okoro picked up his sharpest knife. He entered the hut where the goose slept peacefully. It looked at him with calm, trusting eyes, unaware of his deadly plan. Okoro hesitated for a moment. His hands trembled, but then he whispered to himself, "Inside you lies my fortune. Forgive me, but I must." With one swift motion, he killed the goose. His heart raised. He quickly cut it open, his eyes wide with greed and expectation. But when he looked inside, his smile froze, his chest tightened. There was nothing. No gold, no treasures, nothing but flesh and blood. The magical goose was gone forever. At first, Okoro refused to believe it. He searched the feathers, the organs, every part of the goose. "No, no, no, there must be something," he cried, but there was nothing. When his wife heard the screams and saw the lifeless goose, she broke down in tears. "You have destroyed our blessing," she wailed. And indeed, from that day, the golden eggs stopped coming. Okoro tried everything. He buried the goose, he prayed, he begged the gods, but the gift was gone. Soon, his wealth began to dry up. He spent what he had, but no more gold came. The villagers who once admired him now mocked him. "Look at the greedy man who killed his fortune," they laughed. Okoro became poorer than before, with nothing but regret to keep him company. And that, my friends, is the story of the greedy farmer. A man who had everything but lost it all because he couldn't control his hunger for more. Greed is like fire. It starts small, warming your hands, but if you feed it too much, it will burn down your entire house. So remember this: blessings are meant to be cherished, not destroyed by greed. Because at the end of the day, the farmer learned the hard way that greed destroys blessings. If you enjoyed this story, make sure you subscribe to our channel for more African folktales told like you've never heard them before. Share this video with a friend who needs this lesson. And remember, the next story might just change the way you see the world.